checked. I ain't checked in a while. That shit sound beautiful though.
That always did. I told you that reminds me of something like I would have heard Roy doing, messing around.
Roy Ayers? Yes.
That was my dad's best friend.
Yeah?
Yep.
Roy was dope.
My dad was his first road manager. He met him when he was his barber. I think he's the reason my dad got into music. My dad was fresh out the military, just moved to LA, was cutting hair. And him and Roy was friends. And they was about to do some real dumb shit and end up in prison, but instead they did the music thing and Roy ain't looked back yet. And my dad got him signed to his label, Capitol. That was his first record company. He worked for Capitol as A&R.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Then he left there and started doing promotions and payola. Why? I don't know.
Payola was where the money was at.
Well, Barry Gordy made him an offer he couldn't refuse, I guess.
Well, you're live now, so you better be careful what you say.
Yeah.
Out here just talking.
Yeah.
What?
I just thought of some funny shit about my dad. I'm gonna write it down.
I'm always thinking of funny shit.
But this would be hilarious on stage.
Come on, shit. We got 3 minutes until showtime. Don't do it again.
You know I'm a secret air musician.
All right, here we go. Let's set it up.
Hey Zoe, I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
ZoWilliams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss a woman's ass. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my nip.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
ZoWilliams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason. Yeah, that's right, my nigga. Let's set the tone. The voice of reason on Dash Talk is here to elevate your mind, taking you to philosophical, psychological, ideological horizons you are unaccustomed to visiting. You want to know about relationship and why your life is in shambles? You want to know why it don't work for you? You've tuned into the relationship Twilight Zone. No. Let me just say, man, it's Friday. ZoWilliams is in the building. The crew is all together, man.
Hey.
We got an amazing topic.
Yeah.
When I tell you it's about to go down in the motherfucking town, I ain't playing. I have a great topic on deck. Yeesh. And okay, before I even get there, let me just come back. I got to get this out of the way. Total package energy. You guys have total package energy. Somebody's smacking in the mic. Is that you?
I might have just tapped it. Sorry.
On the smackage?
I can't smack anything. I don't have no gum.
Okay. Sorry. It could be me. Anyway.
Yeah, that was you.
Anyway.
I was like,
Total Package Energy hit me up and said, for the first half of this month, we're close to some records.
yay, come on, family.
All right, now.
People
Thank you.
are getting Total Package Energy. Listen, I've drank 2.
You always are serving too.
So I'm not going to bed tonight.
Or ever.
I'm going to be up, just out here on the street. Like, what's happening? Be calling neighbors' dogs. Come here.
Oh, Lord.
Fighting raccoons.
Fighting raccoons. I'm going to be up. Listen, I've already said, man, if you're an Uber driver,
Yes.
especially on the weekend, because that's where the Uber drivers make their bread. Uber, Lyft, that's why they make their bread, man. If you are an Uber driver or a Lyft driver and you don't have Total Package Energy, you on that bully. Oh. That bully oh. You dig? So I feel bad for you if you don't have it, but you should have it. If you're a truck driver, you gotta have it. You dig? You gotta have it. It's the best. And if you on that workout get down, you gotta have total package energy.
Yes, the best pre-workout ever. It doesn't cause you to get itchy. I don't like that itchy feeling. Like some people like that crackhead feeling. Like I don't like that. So
Yeah,
it's a very clean, real, powerful pre-workout. Do it.
Look, somebody said in the chat room, truck drivers, this is a must. So when I tell y'all to move 80 cases today, don't play. 80 cases. Everybody should get a case. Also, Love Matters Revealed.
Yes, yes.
Great CD. You know, I'm my biggest critic. So when it's bullshit, I know it's bullshit. But this is a pretty impactful and powerful work. You can go to my website, IamZoWilliams.com, and order a copy. All right. Also, don't forget to get the relationship dismount, How to Stick the Landing when exiting a toxic relationship from Amazon.com. Please get the paperback version. There's digital versions all over the place. Listen, if you're on Apple Store, iTunes, you can get it from there as well. You know, I like this beat too. You turned it up, Darren. You like this beat, don't you?
Hip hop all day.
That's right. I got you, New York.
New York City.
Okay.
Represent.
All right, represent.
Rock steady.
Represent, son. Son. Yeah, I mean, kid. You on the dig, you know what I'm saying? I call my brother son because he shine like one. Like brother. Mother.
Oh, my God.
Nah, I mean. Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, my gosh.
Everybody saying rest in peace, James Broadway's hard drive. As a matter of fact, all of the beats were recovered.
Oh, good.
So he's good.
Awesome.
Okay, so let's get into the topic. Before I do that, let me remind you of where you are, listeners, on Dash Talk. DashRadio.com, or just Dash Radio, is the station. The network you're listening to is Dash Talk. You underdig? Now, what we do on this show, you feel me? The relationship show of all relationship shows. We find the toughest, most difficult conversations we could possibly have, and we lay them at the feet of women with one caveat. We can't judge. It's going to be hard than a motherfucker not to judge tonight.
Let's do it.
Listen, move your ass down there, because I'm tired of you playing.
She all up in your business over there.
Look at Peaches be clowning, boy.
Actually, I was just clowning something else.
What?
She always clowning me.
I'm like, I don't even know what she's talking
She
about.
be interrupting. Oh,
Yeah.
you know, I got a story about that, too.
Yeah, Wednesday was a hot mess.
It's about right now. Share this video. What do you mean share this video, Zoe? Well, guess what, Dash listeners? We're broadcasting this show live through my YouTube channel, which just crossed over 36,000 subscribers.
Woo, woo.
Right.
And we're just a tick.
What the freak I'm talking about?
Yeah, it is.
Voice of reason.
In the building.
So,
Oh, sheezy.
you know what I'm saying? If you want to see what's cracking, all you have to do is go to my YouTube page, www.youtube.com/the-ZoWhat-show. And click on live. You'll see it'll say live. It's like a little red box that says live. You want to see what's happening in the studio. You want to see the nation builders on Peaches. She has nation builders.
Man.
My left one going
She
rogue
can
right now.
raise a nation. It's some of the best dry milk
Ew.
Uh-oh, dry
The best-
milk.
This shit ain't dry, nigga.
The best, the best powdered milk of all.
You beat me to it.
It's fucked up.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm not allowed to talk on your show.
Unless I
right.
give you permission, Darren. Just wave your hand and say, "May I?"
This is
No,
caramel.
I'm just fucking with you.
No,
Go ahead,
really, though,
Darren,
the
say
chat
it.
room will eat
No, I
you.
was gonna say, welfare milk. Not that you're a welfare.
You got
But
that
So you
that's
calling
dry
my
milk.
titties
That's the hydrated
welfare
milk.
dry
But
milk?
that's what dry
titties?
milk is, isn't it?
He
Yes,
just
it
called
is.
me powdered milk welfare box titties. You talking about like the kind you come at the damn food bank?
Oh,
This
Jesus.
nigga gave
No,
me
the,
food bank titties.
Add water.
He up here clowning.
Let
Add
me just
water
tell
to your
you,
titties.
these don't need no water added.
That's cheese now. It ain't milk no more.
Oh, Lord, what is the Lord is going on? Jesus, help, Jesus.
Okay, so
in the titty side of the game.
right. So we got
Time.
Peaches. We got Peaches in the building, aka her real name, Donnie Keefe, comedian extraordinaire. Then we have Tiff Ram in the building. And then we have Miss Keeping It Real herself,
What it do, though?
Mimi.
Yes.
Michelle Dukes.
For sheezy, what
All
it
right.
do?
So all the smacking in the mic, that was me. So
See? Jerk.
I guess I had to stop all of that. Are you guys ready for today's topic? Are you really ready? It's going to be a tough one, man, because let me just say, man, my daughter graduated last Thursday from high school.
Go Prima,
Amen.
go Prima, go Prima.
That's right, girl.
So you know a nigga was there on the daddy show up side of the game,
Hey.
That's right.
on the yelling and cheering and shit side of the game. Yeah, that's my baby right there. You know, doing all
Trying
that.
to outscream all the other parents.
Hey.
Sometimes you got to let your kids know
Yes.
that you got their goddamn back. Goddamn it.
Yes,
Man.
When your daughter grows up,
Mm-hmm.
you start thinking, fuck, she about to bring a dude
that part.
to the party. You start thinking just let's be honest. You start thinking along those lines. You aware of me. She's also sensitive and aware of her brother.
Her brother.
So the shit that's interesting about it is she went to prom, you underdig, and she didn't take anybody to prom. You feel me?
Right.
She went to prom. You guys do know that everybody can see y'all just laughing and tripping.
Mimi was just tripping because she thought the mic was down, but she didn't plug her shit in.
You know what happened was, look, he gave me the router, right?
Sorry.
So I plugged her in, right? And then didn't plug me in. So I'm sitting here, I'm like, damn, I don't hear nothing. I'm like, maybe it's something wrong. But I had hooked her up and didn't hook myself up.
Right.
You
It
feel me?
happens.
Some
I
real
got
shit.
you.
So I started laughing and they was laughing at me. But shit, I'm laughing too, shit. So
It's
I
all
can't be
good.
laughed at,
It's all
shit.
good, baby boo.
I'm in this shit.
But yeah, we was really trying to listen. Continue, my bad.
Yes, we're sorry.
So
The
you
prom.
know, I'm
The
watching
prom.
her. She don't go to prom with nobody. You know, what's happening with Prima? And then they saw Prima at prom,
Mm-hmm.
and she shut the whole prom down type shit.
in her red
Ooh,
dress.
that's
Like, here come the niggas.
right.
Just in my mind, because
She cute and together.
so fuck.
And smart.
Mm-hmm.
I start thinking about all of the potential pitfalls. And then I thought about what I did with my son. See, this is what I did with my son. I got on my son early,
Yeah.
but he's a boy. And then niggas don't listen.
Yeah, you got to kind of stay on there.
Girls tend to be wiser than the boys when they're young.
Right.
Truth.
Okay? So how I got on my son was I made him look at a gang of sexually transmitted disease videos,
Gross.
You know what?
right? When he was like in the 8th grade going into high school.
I know he hated pussy.
I was like, hey man, even on the kissing side of the game, nigga, it's Russian roulette, cousin.
Right.
You showed him mono and all
I
that
showed
shit.
all that shit. Breakouts, bust outs.
You know what?
I showed it all.
We laughing,
All
but
outs.
You underdig?
I feel that.
But I recognized early that my daughter listens to me differently than my son.
Okay.
Right.
But I still be feeling like, damn, you missed some real than a motherfucker.
Yeah, and for females, it's way different.
Right.
Is connected to your divinity.
Ooh, I like that.
I always tell her that. I always say, don't date characteristics, date character.
Right.
Know the difference between a talented motherfucker and an integrous motherfucker.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? A lot of times, y'all women, y'all get swept away by niggas' talents.
Nah.
A talented motherfucker, or a singing ass nigga, or you know, some old weird nigga that's an artistic nigga. Oh, he paints with his feet.
You know what?
You know what I mean? This nigga's constructed an entire castle out of rice with his feet. You give a nigga
what?
pussy off that.
You know what?
I want to fuck you because I'm moved by your rice castle. You know y'all do that kind of bullshit.
Yes.
You know
yes.
And this nigga be fucked up in the head.
And evil.
So I saw this article, and this is what made me create this topic. Nicki Minaj says she feels responsible for girls selling sex and creating modern day prostitutes.
Oh, really, Nikki?
By Daryl Nelson, June 14th, 2018, Atlanta Black Star. I don't know if this is real. I don't know if this is fake news. I don't know. Could be fake news.
Oh, Black Star is a real media outlet, though.
I believe it, but it's still, I don't know.
But I don't know if that's like a real article she participated in.
I don't know this nigga. I don't know.
Right. Who are these people?
But it's still a good.
But it says right here, if you followed hip hop for a while, then you might have noticed that something happened to certain rappers as they get older. Something happens to certain rappers as they get older. Some of them start to regret a few things from their younger years, whether it be a certain lyric delivered, an opinion given, or just the image they created for themselves. Now, you remember just a little while ago, Nicki Minaj put out some picture of her like bent over some other girl, looked like she eating another people, because in an interview with Elle, the 35-year-old says she feels partly responsible for making a lot of women, right? A lot of women promote sex these days, like on Instagram, for example. So she's kind of being, you know,
It sounds like she's becoming aware of her like presence.
Her power.
Yeah.
Right?
Wait a minute. Didn't she just
Her
take that
influence.
picture last month?
No, it wasn't last month.
Okay.
So let me come back to today's topic. Let me tell y'all what today's topic is. This is going to be a tough show. And it's a caller-driven show. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. That's 323-230-4610. You're listening to The Voice of Reason. And tonight's topic, passive-aggressive prostitution. Is the sexually liberated woman rapidly becoming amoral? Fuck. I'm scared my baby girl gonna be out there. I gotta tell her, like, yo, that little, yo yoni is not an ATM machine.
Right.
You must know this. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. Is a sexually experienced yoni more valuable than an inexperienced yoni? Because you got some men who wouldn't mess with a girl. I'm gonna be teaching you. What kind of bullshit?
That
Okay.
just sounds ridiculous. Anyway.
It sounds ridiculous, but it's out there like that.
It's guys like that.
It's
Well,
guys.
there's guys and girls like that. You don't want a virgin, but you also don't want someone with hella heads. And
But look, this is how men think.
Yeah.
This is why men ask your number.
Yeah.
And this is why women lie about the number. How many dicks have you had? I know you might think that's childish and immature, but How many dicks have you tripped over? What's your count? What's your dick count? Call us right now if you're not ashamed of your dick count. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. You're welcome to. You know, because a lot of our ideas about a virtuous woman comes from the goddamn Bible.
Mm-hmm.
You under dig? It comes from the Bible. Is it even possible to be a virtuous woman today in the 21st century? Rogers.
You came for your whole life, boo.
But right.
The number to dial is 323-230-4610. Does sexual inexperience equate to virtue? Because most people don't even know what the fuck virtue means.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
This shit's about to be crazy, man. Is it possible for a Proverbs 30 high moral fiber, of high quality? Or does this freedom movement that a lot of women are on contradict the Bible and all the holy books and their statements about sexual promiscuity? Is sexual freedom bad since it may allow for the development of sexual promiscuity? Shit. Is the Bible against sexual freedom? Do you have to be married in order to be freaky? In order to be nasty to the motherfucker? Because you already know what the Bible says about fornication. You get married, you can do all that.
Me though.
Because I know you was in your marriage bed defiling the shit out of it.
Might as well set that shit on fire.
Is there such a thing as moral sex? Six. Gosh. The phone lines are open. As a father of a daughter who has lived in yonis all across this great nation.
This is
We're just enjoying the way the introduction is starting for this part of the show.
This is ridiculous.
You know, we're enjoying.
At least you enjoyed all those yonis.
From all over the nation, the nation's yonis yielded themselves unto me.
Yes, from city to city.
Intercontinental yoni.
State to state.
They loved on me.
Zip code to zip code.
The pros.
So now I'm feeling some kind of way because my daughter is old enough. And then you get Nicki Minaj saying, you know, we live in a transactional society, basically. Nicki Minaj isn't the only woman who used to say this. You had Corinne Steffens, who basically said, if you sucking a nigga's dick, if you fucking a nigga, he better be doing something for you. That's a transactional fucking relationship. So what I call that type of relationship, transactional intimacy, I call that passive aggressive prostitution.
It's not even passive aggressive. It's pretty much just prostitution.
No, because you got hoes out there that take that bread, give up that pussy, and go on about their business.
Right.
Oh no, they're just more, you know,
Passive aggressive prostitution. You hear women say it all the time. You have to pay for it some kind of way.
Yeah,
Right.
Cardi B says it.
That's a wife. A wife tells you have to pay for it some kind of way.
Yeah, I think we're all paying one way or another.
Do you see?
Cardi said, "Yeah, fuck them and then get some money." That's the
That
right
is hoeing.
You
Oh, of
better
course
get
it
some
is.
money and then fuck them. I'm just saying, if you're going to do it right. If you're going to be a hoe right.
So no, ain't no hoe right.
Well, but
What
so
the
we've
fuck?
talked,
Saying that
we've
there is
talked
a-
about this though. I said I really think modern day dating, because everything is transactional, is really just passive aggressive prostitution. If you go to fucking Applebee's
But wait,
and
ladies.
then fuck them afterwards, like you're just getting paid in Applebee's.
But wait, ladies, I wasn't finished with my
the
intro.
setup. There's so much. I'm sorry.
Jesus. I know you guys are intelligent and you want to share. Because I want my folks to be clear on passive-aggressive prostitution.
Right.
You're aggressive about what you want.
Yeah.
Women choose men. We don't choose y'all.
True.
Are you choosing? We need to know. This is why listen, we need to know why y'all fuck with us in the first place.
Right.
Passive-aggressive prostitution is the sexually liberated woman rapidly becoming immoral. You know some of the shit y'all do sexually?
Right.
That's why I don't live in those countries.
To the temple.
Apparently in Uganda, we're going to get arrested for giving head. So, you know, it's fucked up all across the game over there.
Ladies, starting with Pete.
Okay. Passive aggressive prostitution is when a woman's not sure she's even a hoe, to me, because you out there, you want this, either way it goes, you are hoeing. And if you're gonna be a hoe, like I said, you need to be a good hoe. Get paid first.
What?
Then be a hoe. If you're gonna be out there, you might as well just go all the way hoe, dive deep into the whole ocean. But there's so many.
Ocean.
The ocean.
The ocean?
Dive into the ocean.
But there's so many women that don't even think they hoeing. They think that it's just, like you said, a transactional relationship. And really,
Wow. That's crazy.
They just fucking for the sake of fucking, and they think because they putting demands on a man to give them something, that's a part of the relationship, when all actuality, Heidi Fleiss make her money like that.
Tiffany? Passive-aggressive.
Relationships meant to be spiritual, and so it's only really truly not transactional if you're just dating someone for the sake of dating them, with no benchmarks, no expectations, and of that sort. And so nowadays, pretty much all of my friends are passive aggressive. If you take me to these kind of restaurants, if you buy this kind of clothes, if you buy me these kind of gifts, if we go on these kinds of trips.
Valentine's Day,
like that's all passive aggressive prostitution.
Wow.
All of it. If you're putting a financial expectation explicitly on your partner as part of the process, you are that's passive aggressive prostitution.
Well, what about
you're in? Now, mind you, if like you're about to get married or you're about to buy a house, now that's just a logical part of the process. But if that's something you're asking in the first month of knowing someone or dating, that's very much passive aggressive prostitution, because now you pimping him for his credit score.
Wow.
And the problem is nowadays, like I said, like there's just girls think it's not passive aggressive prostitution because they've put a higher level of quality to it. They're like, oh, I only date Chris Ruth. Like that's all passive aggressive prostitution. Ruth Chris backwards. Chris. Sorry. Like
on the backwards side of the game.
Yeah. They're expecting is higher, that doesn't make it what it is.
Wow. As long as I'm in a hotel with 400 thread count sheets, I ain't a hoe.
Basically.
Yes, you are.
That's what they try to tell themselves.
Use a hoe that fucked up good sheets. Mimi. Your idea, your thoughts on passive
most relationships have transactions happening in them, and I think that in today's society, that's just across the board. I just don't think it's just in one level of life. I think for a job, you had 1 million people that applied. You chose that person to do this transaction. So I think that men and women do it. I think some people are really hoes because they take it to the next level. They're really, you know what I'm saying? They hoes. They try to act like they're not a hoe. So that's a hoe. Hey, a hoe out in this motherfucking streets. They don't play.
They don't even know.
Some treats, okay? But I'm just saying, so some bitches is really hoes. But I mean, some people, I think life is just a transaction. And the reason I say that is because I know people that are just friends of mine, and the way they live their life is going to Ruth Chris crustacean. So if you go have lunch with them, they're not. You're not saying, "Oh, I got to go here." No, they're my homie. They're not even expecting sex. They're a transaction. That's actually your friend who's saying that are in relationships to get those types of meals, and they're like, "Well, where you taking me?" You know what I'm saying? And then that's a turn off too. A dude's trying to take you out, and he's like, "Well, baby, I'm gonna take you to this restaurant." You like, "Well, what restaurant?" You know what I mean? I need to know, because I only go to certain types of restaurants. Now that's a certain type of bitch, but you know what I mean? But if the guy is saying, "Let me take you on a date and get to know you," I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I just think there's something wrong with it if that's what you settle to do all day. You're looking for men to pay your meal because you buy a meal and you can't really afford it. You're really a broke and shit, take something home to the kids and shit. You didn't even sit there and eat. You ordered it full because you just left another nigga. You ordered another meal so you can take that home for lunch tomorrow because you're a broke motherfucker. Oh, keeping it real.
Wow.
Right.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Voice of Reason on Dash Talk. I'm ZoWilliams. The phone lines are lighting up. The number to dial if you want to participate, because I think it's very important that we cover this. If we want to raise daughters, right, that choose men from the understanding of what the word virtue means. Right? How many women you know choose men from a space of fear, trauma?
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying?
So I got something to say about
if you have a to be able to choose from a space of power.
Right.
Right.
A space of comfort in themselves.
A space of self-love, a space of self-acceptance and self-esteem and self-worth, right? But you first got to undo whatever was done.
Right.
And sometimes you could have a pretty pedestrian life at home, but have some really fucked up beliefs at home.
Right.
That could cause a person to sacrifice their virtue.
Right.
So let's understand what the word virtue means from the Latin virtus. Bravery, strength, capacity, skill, merit was derived from vir, which means like woman.
Wow.
Virile, right? And so etymologically speaking, it denoted manlessness. Hey, other niggas didn't know that, huh? It passed into English via, right? Derivatives includes virtual, virtuoso, virile. All these words come from virtue, which is a type of strength, which is a type of bravery. Now, it's easy to see how virtue can get confused with freedom, sexual freedom.
Oh, yeah. No.
Right? Because you got a lot of motherfuckers out there running under the banner of freedom, which are really scared people.
Yes.
And they're doing it because they don't want to be held to any kind of standard.
Right.
Yeah.
What's your personal standard? Right? You got some people running under the banner of freedom, and I'm speaking sexually, that are doing this shit because they're addicted to stimulation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but I'm free. No, you ain't free. You ain't free of the desire of stimulation.
Right.
Can we go deeper?
Please do.
Jesus Christ. Passive aggressive. You got to pay for this puss.
And freedom, like you said, they go under the guises of freedom, like all these labels. Those are the people that say, I don't want to put a label on anything.
You just wanted to jump in?
Oh,
it's kind of...
I had to right there.
I mean, I love you. It's kind of what you do.
But the freedom is,
You're just going to pick right back up where you left off?
Can I finish that?
I mean, it's on your head. You might as well let it out.
Okay.
I mean, Jesus.
I just think that people need to stop saying, "Oh, I just do what I want to do. I'm free. I'm sexually liberated." You're not liberated if you're fucking everybody.
Right.
This bitch got a new nigga tonight.
Right. But if you flip it around, you really cause yourself problems in a society that's intolerant to sexual freedoms.
Right.
So if you go out there and you're trying to, show by example, you're going to incur the judgment that comes with that, especially if you live in a transactional society.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So, okay, if penis and yoni are commodities in a transactional society,
Right.
then you would want as few miles on that yoni
Right.
As
possible,
Right.
because the mindset of the society is the more the mileage,
You're a lemon.
right, that the less valuable that yoni thing is.
Right.
Right.
And honestly, it comes back to the root word of the root of the word, where you said it comes from strength. That's why I think in Christianity, chastity and abstinence became like how they projected that onto women, because it does take a certain amount of self-control and strength to not.
Oh, she ain't never lied.
And like, you can be free, but part of your freedom is to choose to have control.
Wow. Well, here we go. Jesus Christ.
She
The phone lines are
I think
open.
she can't sit there no more, because she's been lost her mind ever since we let her sit close to Zoe. Like, does she just lose her mind in this proximity?
So listen, the phone lines are open. Let me give out the number. We're going to cut their mics if they keep talking. In the name of Jesus. This is my church, ladies.
That's
Somebody
the
said
pastor.
somebody said a 40-year-old woman equals 250,000 yoni miles.
No.
What?
The number to dial is 323-230-4610. We really want to know what you think of tonight's topic. We got callers on the line right now. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Speak on it. Caller. Is this a Boost Mobile transaction? Caller. Are we good here? Well, we'll drop you then.
You know, she was 17 and they been together and they got kids and they doing it. Or you can find a broad, she's 17 and they're doing transactions with their life, because some people, they've never dated more than 2 or 3 dudes. They get in a relationship, they stick and stay. They go through all the bullshit until they get tired. They did 3 people. They 50. This one girl, she 28 and she done had 30,000 niggas up in her.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Making transactional requests.
I love it. I love it. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Oh, Jesus. Okay. People are calling in from payphones. Listen, it's 2018. Get a cell phone. They're virtually free now. The number to dial is 323-230-4610.
You had to use virtual.
My name is D. I'm calling out of Long Beach.
Long Beach, LBC in the building. What's the deal?
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, ladies? How y'all doing?
Hey, I like your voice, D.
All right. This is my first time on the line, so, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to, just tap in real fast. I mean, my thoughts and opinions is, for one, we know, a certain culture is always pushed on our community. You know what I mean? We can even start with, what's that chick name? Amber Rose with the slut walk and all that different kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, so to me, these type of things are actually created diversions, you know what I mean, to actually take away what's really going on, the actual problem that we really need to face. You dig, like the slut walk and all that. Okay, people are going to be promiscuous, People going to settle down and do what they, you know what I mean?
Right.
You don't always want to be out here just fucking and fucking and fucking. Eventually people going to settle down. We all go through phases, Most chicks go through a thot phase, you know what I mean? Dudes go through
Great point here. The thot phase. Ladies, what is the age group for the thought window. Is there a thought window of activity? From what age to when should it? And you know it.
I know it is.
I know your pussy hot.
It is. It is. I ain't gonna lie. But I just think that after you have kids, you got to be conscious about, you know, you got to be thoughtful about your thoughtness.
You have to be thoughtful. I like that.
About
That was
your
deep.
thoughtness.
About your thoughtness.
Yeah, because when I was doing, I think the promiscuous age is between to probably your early 30s. If you
Society will place a window on us. They'll say if you had a baby, you should be more, you know, responsible, or if you this age, you should be. No, the reality is thoughtness is really just in regard. But I'll tell you right now, as someone who's a former, so there's no window. But what it represents is a woman who feels like she should have good sex and orgasms with whom she wants when she wants. That's what thoughtness is.
I don't.
And my one more thing too, because the whole thought conversation. I mean, is there a difference between a thought and a ratchet?
No.
Just different ways of saying the same thing, like
Yeah.
good and great.
That hoe over there is what thought means.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, I guess ratchet to me seems like she kind of crusty, like bust down, where you could be a thought and still wear like Prada shoes, I guess.
No.
Hell no. That's not a thought.
And we're done.
See what what I'm saying is this, because to me a thought is just a woman that likes to have sex. You know what I'm saying? Like a thought can be upstandard, she still can be high class and everything like that, but she just like to fuck. You know what I mean? She like to have sex. You know, and to me a ratchet is more so a mentality. Have a woman who only been with one man, but just her behavior is ratchet.
I mean, that's true.
Right.
I love
agree.
it. Hey, brother, thank you for the call, man. We got to move on. Appreciate it. LBC in the building. Good looking.
Hey. I like to say something to someone in the chat room. Okay.
Oh, shit. Y'all done piss me off.
Behold 76. He says, Mimi, you got can rack up high miles real quick too. So I just wanted to say this. You don't know nothing about my car. You don't know nothing about my miles, baby. And I'm a classic. So number one, my shit is parked in the garage.
Whoa.
Okay. My shit is detailed.
Whoa.
Okay. Niggas don't hardly drive the motherfuckers because they driving other bitches and shit. So I'm just letting you know I'm not out here in these negative towards you, but don't put shit on me that you don't know about. I ain't finna talk about you. All right, so peace, and that's what it is.
You see, Mimi don't be playing, but Mimi, you don't listen.
Can I translate what you just
Let me
said?
just, no, you cannot.
Please don't, because
No,
she
you
said it
cannot.
just
Eat a
right.
dick.
No, you cannot. And I'm going to tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because sometimes, man, you just can't, sometimes you just can't give.
Apologize for that.
So
But
let me get back to the topic. The thought window. Believe that I would agree like this? No. And I'm going to tell you why.
I agree.
Okay.
Because you guys reach your sexual peak
In about
closer to your midlife zone.
I'm so excited.
Whereas men, you know, right after high school, then I'll catch up to you in about 2 hours.
It's really after.
Women typically be on some old hoe shit. Dick juggling. Ball evaluation. Nut clutching. Just all types of just
Experimenting.
all types of, you know, dick mentation, just dick meditations and dick seances and ghost dicks and just all types of dicks is involved.
Oh my God.
Ghost dicks.
But when the kid come, then all of a sudden they want to be Joan Cleaver.
You motherfucking right.
They want to be on some old You get what I'm saying?
I was one of them.
They want to be all motherfucking
who they are. So they was humping in kindergarten. They was having sex in the 5th grade. They might have a kid in 8th grade. Who
Playing
knows?
hide and go
Or
get
maybe
it.
they didn't have kids, but they had kids later. But the point that I'm making is, I think it's just all about the person, because somebody might have a kid, and you're right, they'll stop being a hoe or whatever they're doing. But then some girls that have a kid and go put the kid with the grandma, they still hoeing.
Right.
So I mean, I think a hoe is a hoe when they want to be a hoe. And,
Right.
and if you don't want to be a hoe, you won't be a hoe. And that's from 0 to 80, crippled and crazy.
Thank
Shit.
you.
They got whole grandmas probably giving head. Take
All
the
right.
dentures out.
Is your phone up to the goddamn computer? Turn that. All right, brother. Now, damn. Okay. How much you been shook down for in your passive-aggressive prostitution encounters? You just tuned in, brother? You clearly lost.
You know, you asked about the question on the phase of when they act. You know, I feel like every woman has their phase when they go divorced early, and they still they want to get out in the streets when they divorce from their husband. So it doesn't matter what age bracket it is. They could be thots to whatever age they can. You know, from 17 all the way to 75. You know, that's when they become the thot.
Man, I appreciate that. Good looking, man, for the call. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. I think something we're missing here. Thank you for the call, brother. We live in a society that's based on vetting. People have to be vetted out. And this is like a weird culture because we consider ourselves to be a Christian culture.
Right.
So there's already going to be like this conservative slant towards everything.
Right.
You know? And then on top of that, you got to get vetted out. So a lot of times you can ruin what it is you're trying to build or what it is you're trying to do if word gets out that you on some thot shit, especially for women.
Oh, yeah, that ruins you.
A lot of times with men, it's a different connotation altogether.
Right.
Right.
It's
No,
a
you're
pat
the
on the
man.
back.
No, you're the man if you're
Yeah.
getting everything in the city. They're like, shh.
But I think even women buy into that too. Because if they hear the rumor that a motherfucker coming to the job that just got hired, some executive nigga, and the word is he put that thing down on the girls at the job site, there are women there that are eager to see.
Them bitches start doing Kegel as soon as they hear he hired.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
You're right. You're right.
So I'm saying there's definitely a double standard for men and women.
Yes.
Right.
So how do women eating their freaky side?
To be honest, though, what I think happens, I think for a lot of women, is they choose when they're going to be celibate and when they're conscious choice, I'm not ready for a relationship. And women make one of two choices when they're not ready for a relationship. I'm either gonna wait and not have no sex, or I'm gonna have all the sex I want. And so what happens is they kind of conservatively go through that phase. We talked about how like girls recycle numbers to keep our our numbers low. We'll like call an old dude we used to fuck with and just fuck the old dick so we don't add numbers to our list. Like all of those are strategies to how women try to
jerky dick. Preserve dick.
Basically like
Recycled dick.
to try to preserve that virtue. Like
Roll
we're
a
like,
dick.
well, we know as long as the number's not getting big, so that's why we keep satellites in our life and we rotate. A lot of women, we understand society is transactional. So the vetting phase is we're choosing, are we vetting you for a transaction or vetting you for spirituality? Because we'll let a dude get by with not being transactional if we feel spiritual connection. But if we don't feel the benchmarks and all the other shit, if we really feel real connection, but if we don't really feel the connection, but we know you feeling us, now you a transaction.
That's an interesting thought. And Peachy ain't just pulling out the guns and letting it fly, my nigga. Say what it is, my niggas.
Well, first of all, I you have no self-respect for yourself, to me personally, because it doesn't mean you can't be promiscuous. Like Tiff said, we all have our phases. I had my going in.
Stop. You're a fucking Scorpio.
Yes.
You're not gonna tell me.
Yes.
You just had a 4-year window.
No,
Okay.
I'm telling you about my excursion.
Oh, it's not a whole excursion.
It was a whole excursion because I
Whole
was
excursion.
clubbing all the time. I was newly single, clubbing all the time. It's dicks all. So it was
Dick
on.
intake.
My son was with his daddy. I didn't have to worry about him, his little ass going to bed, none of that. It was on and crack-a-lacking every night. We was going to breakfast. What? I care more about my pussy and my mind, because my pussy is not connected to my mind. You know, and a lot of bitches think with they pussy. You know, they pussy is connected to their self up and go, hey, does he even know my name? You know, does this nigga know what I like? Fucking you all the time.
What about this question? Am I worthy of everything I ask for from him?
Right.
No.
No, I'm just saying if you see some dude and you like, he better take me here. You know. And the reason I say you're delusional because you're acting like you're someone you're not. You know damn well you a hoe. You know what I'm trying to say? So, but here you have all these expectations for a man that comes into your life. And I think that's kind of wrong because at the end of
Mimi,
what?
that's so fucking big. I've got to ask this question. I'm sorry for interrupting.
That's okay.
Men, call in if you would wife a thought. Because that's what Mimi just said.
Yeah.
Because it just leads to so many questions. Do men respect thoughts?
Hell no.
Do men respect loose women?
That's the question.
They respect it, but they loose, hopefully in the bed just with them. They don't think they want to marry him too much if they just out fucking everybody. The homies hit, but there are some dudes, you know what I'm saying, that will date the girl didn't date 5 of the friends and he the last friend and he wifing her and trying to act like she didn't do all the shit she did before. Don't be looking at them.
You know who marries thoughts?
You know that nigga, don't you?
I see how y'all look at each other. Go in the room. Go in the room and get my slippers.
I'm going to tell you who married thoughts. Tricks. That's who marries thoughts. Johns. Tricks. Them fellas that don't mind making dollars fly. Them tricks. You know who you are.
Tricks or a cornball who's never had no wild, like real lively bitch. And he get him one. He like, shit, this it right here. I'm holding on to this bitch. You feel me?
And you know who thoughts marry? Pimps. They do. They marry that pimp mentality.
All right, let's get to the phone lines. Numbers wide open. 323-230-4610. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Boost Mobile. Caller, what's your name and where you Sad and pink.
All right, let me nip it in the bud.
Nip.
Ain't no man about to marry a hoe.
Right, that
State
point.
of mind of a hoe. Every vet.
What is too? Wait, hold on, Nick. What is too much of a hoe?
Yeah.
Too much of a hoe.
When do you cross the whole line? Is there a whole boundary?
I think we got to break it down. Say
Go ahead.
I say after 20. If you done been with over 20. Don't no man want to be with that. And to the fact is, this is what the game is.
No. Wait, Nick. I'm gonna let you finish that too, but let me come back. It ain't fair what he's saying.
Absolutely not.
It's true though.
But it's true.
Absolutely.
It might not be fair. It might not be equal, but the society odometer has turned over.
100.
that pussy under the moniker of, I will not be slut shamed. I am an upstanding hoe of high moral fiber. No, you've had 4,000 dicks.
Oh, that's a lot of dicks.
I can't wife you. Go ahead, Nick.
I can't wife you. And then the game is, though, most black women don't want to admit they're going to die single. The game is not to die single.
Wow.
But the fact is, they're going to die single, most of them.
Right.
Why do you say that, caller? Say more.
I mean, when you look at the number of men in jail, the number of men that's gay, all of that, you know what I'm saying, it has to factor in. Wow. The ratio for man to woman is,
But are you using that as a justification for the man to fuck as many women as she has to accept it?
That's what I was
Or are
saying.
you saying the reverse is, I could be out here hoeing, but you can't?
See, the thing is, most men know they chick that they got with is a hoe because they was out doing some hoe shit when they met her.
Right.
But the thing is, a lot of men want to see how long you gonna remain a hoe, because you can stop being a hoe.
Mm-hmm.
What if she want to be a hoe?
I want to see if you gonna.
You can't stop a hoe from hoeing. What if she want to be a hoe?
Hey, you can't stop that, but most men want to see if she gonna stop being a hoe for me.
But why is the word hoe and thot and all this bullshit just applied to women?
I'm gonna tell you why.
Nick's a good caller.
Women get pregnant.
What?
What?
Oh, he said because only women get pregnant.
Get pregnant in the act of sex. That's the only reason why. If you couldn't do that, then we wouldn't have this conversation. But you can.
So you say, hold on, let me be clear now, because now you're saying because men can't get pregnant, that is virtually impossible for us to be labeled hoes.
You can label us a hoe, but it ain't gonna do nothing for you. See?
Wow.
I mean, he's just telling the truth. That's where
most women don't understand that them labeling us a hoe, it had to be their friends that we was home with.
Now let me wait. Now let me stop you real quick. Let me stop you because that's a hell of a. This goes back to the interview that Iman Shumpert had on the Breakfast Club when he says women are attracted to the man that all women are attracted to.
Out of competition.
I don't give a fuck. The nigga come through, all the women buzzing. Wait a minute. They all buzzing. And most of those women don't mind sharing.
That's a fact.
True.
Yeah, true. The ones that do that, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me tell you some game I got from a woman, though.
Put it down.
A woman told me when I was a young cat, 2 women would rather share one strong man to have one weak man to themselves.
Oh, yeah.
That silverback will have 8 other lady monkeys. Like,
Say shit. We got one silverback. We're gonna cut this nigga in half and each of us have a chimpanzee.
They each got a day of the week or a half
They
day.
don't want to have 2 baboons by themselves.
God damn. That was game right there. Hey, caller Nick from the A.
ATL.
You brought the thunder, my nigga. Keep calling in
By way of
anytime.
Detroit, I don't want to be associated with Atlanta.
It's too late, nigga.
Every day.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, we appreciate you.
That was good.
Yeah, he did that.
So what I'm saying is we live in a society that is consumer based,
Right.
that is capitalistic, that is transactional. So a lot of the hoeing that is by default in the woman's mind, I don't blame her for.
Right.
And I'll tell you why. If Darren was born a particular type of Muslim, he'd be a Sunni for the most, or he might be Christian. They got some Christians over there sprinkled, smattered. But the king You born here in this transactional society as a woman, the way the rules are set up. First off, the rule is set up like this. I can't be considered a man unless I can give you something.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So off tops, transaction is in play. My mama told me not to fuck nobody unless, right? Am I lying? Is this part of the dialogue that's happening in the?
I was raised in a different kind of coven, but yes, this is the typical coven conversation.
Typical coven talk.
Yes, it is.
He ain't got to be cute. That motherfucker ain't got to be cute.
Definitely not. They will let a goofy come to the barbecue as long as they know he drive a nice car.
That motherfucker ain't got to be cute, goddammit.
But see, that's why in other cultures in Ethiopia, they cut off the woman's clitoris when they're little. They castrate them so they don't have no feeling down there. They don't get those urges to be hoes. I mean,
Comes out of her mouth as the truth. But go ahead, finish.
it is true. I have Ethiopian friends that were raised in Ethiopia. They stopped doing it now, but my generation, the women were castrated.
It happened. No, you
Culturally, a lot of it was those cultures. It was to limit sold off to, aka married
or given to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This
or
shit
promised
crazy,
to.
This
See, Tiff was there with me.
Oh yeah, there's tons of documentaries, but not to the level you were talking about. Absolutely.
Let
not.
me just say something. Let me just say something. Let me just say something right now. Because I got to let niggas know right now. Peaches, I be reading a lot.
A lot.
I
You
know.
just can't say some random crazy shit.
They be cutting them bitches' clits off like it ain't shit.
We gonna prevent the hoes
Yeah, and if
out
I
here.
was a little Ethiopian
let's
girl,
just act it out. Out here in Ethiopia ain't gonna be no hoe.
Over this whole situation.
You know
that's happening
This is
right here.
terrible right here.
You
This
know
is
what?
fucking terrible.
my little ass would have found it.
Please
Peaches,
change the topic
I need you to take a
immediately.
nap.
Please.
Peaches, turn off
I'm
Peaches'
just
mic.
saying.
She's wilding right now. Caller, you're on the line.
Okay.
What's your name and where are you calling from? Caller. Boy, these phone lines. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Speak on it. Caller.
Hello.
Hell is low. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Zoe. I had to call before Peaches continued
Thank you.
Jesus.
into her fantasies about clitorectomies and finding her spot.
Thank you, girl. Cut me off like that.
Please, I had to. This is Dana from Pasadena.
Hey,
Thank you,
Dana.
Dana.
Hey,
Thank
Dana,
you,
girl.
Dana.
Hey, everybody. I don't know. It's gone so many different ways. I don't know where to jump in, so I'm just going to jump in here first with thoughts do get married. I mean, men do choose them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at Amber Rose. Look at Kim Kardashians. I mean, they've been peddling pussy for profit for a while. And they're married. Or they've been married.
Many times.
So it might be the simp. It might be the bozo. But somebody wants them. And they have help.
Have money, I think they get away with more stuff though. That's just like saying,
I mean, we
in
all
general.
want to be with somebody that's going to upgrade us.
Exactly.
Low income hoe, and I still got married.
A low income hoe. Hilarious.
You know what?
I'm be so real, like
but,
based on society's standard. I was a hoe.
Wait. Listen.
Okay,
Listen.
sorry.
Hold on. Ladies, we gotta let the caller talk. We
Okay.
can't talk over the caller. Go ahead.
I apologize, ladies. I also want to hear what you guys have to say. But, I mean, the thought age is probably 16 to about 35. And we haven't even brought in religion and what happens in churches and those thoughts. You guys haven't even touched that yet. And I don't know if you're going to have time to touch it. But, I mean, all of this happens. And it just really begins with self-love, how much you love yourself, how much you're taught to love yourself, and all of that. Because on just the bottom of it or in our hearts, we just want to be validated. We want to be seen. We want intimacy on those levels. And I mean, if we gotta, sell ourselves out or make a transaction happen, we're not thinking on the end about the price that has to be paid for that.
But this is why I'm saying, and Dana, you bring up a lot of great points. And this is why I'm saying, how do you raise a little girl to not be a thot in thot world? I can't give it to you for nothing. Then watch this. What is considered something is narrow a lot of times. You don't see very many women who currency they talking about is in his wallet.
And not the other currencies he possesses.
How many mamas out there
Oh man,
I ain't never heard
seek out a God-realized man, not a God-fearing man, but a God-realized man? Yes, go ahead.
Don't know.
Thank you.
80%, 85% of us do look for because we were raised by our mothers, who were raised by our grandmothers, who didn't know what it was, and they stayed because that's what you did. But now, in this millennial age, we have the option of not staying, but we don't know what we're looking for, and we're listening to someone tell us one thing and do something else. So we're not self-realized, and we don't know what to look for in ourselves. We don't have it in ourselves to know what to attract. Oh, Prima, but I know you very well. We've known each other for a really long time. So I would say the way you raise Prima.
That's what I was going to say.
And Prima's a G, goddammit.
Right.
Right. She got those pictures and tell, and then being a Sag, like, we don't play.
Prima is a G. She not playing.
We don't play when it comes to that, and we're not in it for the games. But if you want to play a game, you playing with the best.
Right.
Whoop, whoop.
Right.
That
Go ahead,
part.
Dana.
Whoop, whoop.
So
Lay 'em
I mean,
down,
that's
girl.
what I wanted to say. I'm gonna continue to listen to you guys. You guys are doing a great job. I love all the topics, and I'll keep listening. And I'll keep calling in.
Thank you, Dana.
Thank you, Dana.
Thank you, Dana.
Dana
Bye.
brought
You guys have a
that
great
fire.
weekend.
She sure did.
She brought that fire.
And threw a little gasoline on it.
But do you see?
She's right, though.
So take a nigga like me.
Yep.
With my daughter, I tell my daughter shit like, we were talking today.
The real.
I tell her the truth. I give her all types of things to study.
Right.
So that 67-page article.
Oh, you
or that
gave it to her
paper
highlighted. I already know.
that Antonio Moore wrote with these economists, I explained to her, this is the world you live in. Now, this doesn't mean this is your prison,
right?
But this is the world you live in.
Right.
This is your starting ground. You get what I'm saying? This is where you're starting. So how do we raise a woman who, because let me just say this. Is it fucked up to,
Right.
No.
right? Is it fucked up to say you don't need any of the bullshit that you think you want?
Yes. Oh, is it fucked up? No.
Is it fucked? You got broke motherfuckers with $1,000 cell phones.
Right.
Exactly.
You broke.
But you got $1,000 cell phone.
You got a $1,000 cell phone. You don't need social media.
Gucci shoes on.
You get what I'm saying? But because it's the norm in your society, you think you're supposed to have it.
Right.
What happened to the old school belief systems that?
Yeah, that's real.
You get what I'm saying? If you examine the things women want from men, a lot of that shit is superficial.
Right.
Most of it's superficial.
Do you guys agree or disagree with that?
No, I agree 100%, and I think that people make you feel a certain way. Just like you said about the phone, it's your friends that's going to talk about the phone you have. That's what makes you go get the new phone. You have to be in style with the times, basically. And in relationship, the same thing. I mean, I didn't grow up with a mother telling me how to deal with me, and I learned things from being around other people, the streets, friends, and it's a self-taught lesson that I learned. So my mom didn't tell me nothing, but I learned from other people. And what I learned from your friends is they tell you, hey, don't get with a dude that, is not going to take care of you. You feel me? Your friends will give you these standards. They'll tell you what their boyfriend is doing. And when everybody is huddling up, if your dude is not doing what that girl's dude and everyone's dude is doing, now you're they're like, you're stupid because you're with XYZ. He's broke. You paying for him. We seen you paying for him. I mean, I'm just using some examples to say people's friends. I feel like it's not just your parents. It's your friends that also have you having these standards of what kind of dude are you with. And the dude that you're with is not on your level. And your friends will talk about you. And some won't even help you. They'll just run you through the mud about your relationship.
So let's come back to that. If black people are worth 2.6% of the nation's wealth, what fucking level are you on?
But people are always pointing the finger, and all the other fingers are pointing back at them. So they're not looking at themselves. You know what I'm trying to say? They're just looking at your situation. Like, they're you feel me? Their dude is a different dude cheating. So I'm just saying, I think people live life based on what they're going through. Everything they're doing is okay. The shit you're doing is not. And that's what makes other people make bad choices, I believe. You know what I'm saying? You want. And they talking about your ass. I'm just using an example. When you pull up, you may just try to go do something to be on that level. You may not be able to afford it. You may not be able, you know what I mean? The repo man is looking for that motherfucker.
But look at the complexity of the society. But look at the complexity of the society in which we live. Privacy is dying. So if you going to be a hoe, back in the day, you kept your hoe shit quiet.
Nobody knew.
Or you moved to another town so they don't know about the old hoe.
Yeah.
So, but now it's harder to cover your hoe tracks.
Oh yeah.
And everything gets vetted out some way.
Because people want to brag too about what homie hit that sack, and now your name is traveling like dust. You know how you see the tumbleweeds tumbling, they grabbing, and men talk like that, especially like at the barber shop or some, at the cigar spot where you guys are kicking back, chilling. You know what I'm saying? That is when, and don't let her walk in the room. I hit that, me too. My homie hit that. Damn, that's a hoe. You know what I mean? Now you're exposed.
Tiff?
Well, I would say that's why if you're going to live that life, you can't try to be ashamed of it, and you can't act like that's not who you are. That's why I live transparently. When I'm in my stage where I'm like, hey, I'm just casually dating, I'm gonna fuck who I want to fuck, I'm very open about that, so no one feels like they're alley-ooping me, and the dudes that I'm fucking with don't feel like they're getting alley-ooped by somebody else. So then they can walk confidently like, yeah, we both fuck other people. Someone can't check them like, oh, Tip's a hoe. They're like, and I fucked Stephanie yesterday, and I fucked her the day before. Like, so if you're gonna live that life, you have to own it. But I have been thinking about what you were saying though, in regards to how do you teach, specifically Prima, because that's a good example, your daughter or anybody's daughter, how to live virtuously, even though we're in a transactional society, which is what you do. And I was trying to conform to like a fucked up.
It is not a measure of health to be fully integrated into a sick society.
So you have to start teaching
Krishnamurti.
Yes. And so my whole point is,
you know how rare Krishnamurti is to niggas?
So rare. And I'm like, literally the book is so fire. So anyways, but you have to start teaching your child that from day one, which I already know you did with Prima, which is empowering her to know, first and foremost, do not try to live to society standard. Who gives a fuck what your friends say if relationships are supposed to be transactional or not? You're gonna meet a dude and you're gonna date him based off of his godliness or God presence, not God fearing, because obviously we understand the difference. But that's where you start with. So she knows she doesn't have to conform to society's standards, but that also doesn't mean you have to be a hoe.
There you go.
You can also be virtuous as in show your strength and not fucking.
Peaches.
Well, I want to go back to what Tiff and Mimi just said about how you raise your daughter. Mimi mentioned how she was raised. I was raised by a mother who was a game player, who always was taking from other men. Don't fuck with this nigga if he ain't gonna do this. Don't do that. And I never listened to the shit she was saying, because on the other side of the spectrum, I had a father telling me the truth.
Right.
You know, that your pussy is a flower. Treat it like a rose. My dad used to always tell me, your vagina's like a flower. They wilt, they get fucked up, they die. And I just looked at him. I mean, I had a
That was
real
game,
my dad.
Daddy.
My dad was a real nigga, and he didn't sugarcoat anything.
Your thorns don't even stick niggas no
You know,
more.
he didn't. And roses smell like shit too. You know, my dad never. He made me watch the vagina monologues when I was 16, and I thought he was crazy, but I understood what he was trying to teach me. And it did. That's what stopped me from being that total hoe. You know, when I was going through that
You
phase.
were a partial hoe?
I was a partial hoe because I was choosy in my hoeations.
Right.
You know, I wasn't just
choices
letting
with the hoism.
Yeah, I wasn't just letting, and I wasn't trying to get nothing from niggas. I was just getting dick. See, it's a difference when you trying to accumulate shit. You wasn't nobody paying no bills, none of that. Nigga, I just want to fuck you, kick it, take your ass home. Bye.
Amen.
That's how it
Run your
was.
life.
Right.
Pocket.
Right. Hit it and quit it. Don't hug a nigga after.
Hey,
bye.
listen. We're thot tarts. There's somebody in the chat room coming with these jokes. Listen, we just want to take a quick break. You're listening to the Voice of Reason on Dash Talk. Let me tell you right now, my chat room, I want you guys to like and share this video to everybody you know right now. We want to get this chat room filled to capacity. We want everybody in here to speak on this shit because this is some heavy shit. If you got a daughter, right, and you want to raise her a certain kind of way, you expect certain things of her, Jesus, how do you do it in today's transactional society with so much judgment, the lack of privacy? Back in the day, like Mimi said, you could be a hoe in one town and pack up and move 3 towns over and you a new person.
Right. Snitches do the same thing. Snitches and hoes move around.
And informants.
You feel me? So, you know what I'm saying? But now, you can't do that. The internet, Facebook, Instagram, shit everywhere.
Right.
So listen, we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're just gonna play this beat right here. When we come back, we're going to open up those phone lines. So get over there right now. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. Also, you could tune in and watch us live on my YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/The Zo What Show. We'll be back in 2.2 seconds. We'll holler in a second.
Dash Talk, the place where the revolution starts in your dusty ass mind.
This is Dash Talk, the spot where you're limiting beliefs.
Get bitch slapped.
listening to Dash Talk.
The place where your bullshit beliefs come to die.
Ladies and gentlemen, the ZoWhat and Voice of Reason show is back in the building. I'm ZoWhat, aka ZoWilliams. But tonight's topic, this shit crazy.
Man.
It's crazy, man. Nicki Minaj is the one who started it when she came out and basically said, you know, I've made a nation of prostitutes.
I think Little Kim and Foxy Brown kind of took that range.
Shoot, hoes was prostituting before
Did I ask you? Hold on, goddammit. Listen. Listen, goddammit.
Okay, Uncle Cleo.
What I want you to do is learn the goddamn radio etiquette. Every time I say something, little girl, that don't mean you got thought Tourette's.
Oh, I got thought Tourette's now?
You just let me do what I do, goddammit. No, but according to that Atlanta Black Star, report, who is basically citing an article that Nicki Minaj did, right, in Elle magazine, right? She basically says she feels responsible for girls selling sex and creating modern-day prostitutes. Nicki Minaj. Well, when you bust it open,
right,
as part of your marketing and promotion, where did she get it from? She got it from Lil' Kim. You was right. She did that. Remember when she first came out and she did that picture? That was a reproduction of Lil' Kim's picture.
We remember the pictures.
I remember it.
I know.
I'm just proud of her, though, for taking responsibility. No, it's not just her responsibility. There's plenty of other females in society that are promoting that. But for her to say, like, hey, I know that my lyrics and my images and
my platform
has promoted this, that shows her maturity in the business. And also, I think it's her way of saying, hey, I might be changing. I really think her saying that, if that's really what the interview said, is her way of trying to warn people, like, I'm about to switch it up.
But see, this comes back to my point about sexual freedom, right? It's okay for you to be sexually free. It's okay for you to be a motherfucking freak. But what I think has died in this society, along with digital privacy, there's also internal decorum that is dying. There's a lot of motherfuckers out there who feel like it's a badge of honor to say I was at the slut walk.
Yeah.
This pussy out here on the streets, you could see it.
That don't make it cool, though.
We live in a culture. Can we just be honest?
Right.
See, this is why I say you get conservative when you have kids, especially women. And men do too. Men do too. Because this is how men do it.
Don't say conservative. Say you get conscious.
You get conservative. You at the slut walk with your pussy out. 7 years later, you have a baby. And now you teaching the baby all this conservative shit, trying to mask your mistakes, trying to mask all the dumb shit you chose to do.
Okay.
That happens now.
It happens.
Okay.
I know men do it. This is how men do it.
Okay.
We have a daughter. We start thinking how we dog the shit out of hundreds of women.
Right.
To get to this daughter. And then the daughter love on us in a way that no woman has ever loved on us outside of mom.
Right.
So now our mind is, I gotta protect my daughter.
Right.
From niggas
From
like
all them dicks.
me.
Like me.
No, from niggas like me.
Right.
I know what I've done. I have demolished yoni from here across the country.
Oh, God.
Yoni
The world.
demolisher.
The yoni demolisher. And I'm saying, before we have a kid, we wild as shit. Bitch, who you talking to? Take a number. Fuck is what? Bitch, I'm cuter than you.
You see these green eyes?
But you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
There are a lot of men that are like that.
Right.
And then when they get the daughter reflects them in a way and they go, oh, shit.
Right.
And then guess what happens? You heard that old saying? Them daughters be dating micro versions of their daddies.
Oh, yeah.
That is true.
They will find a nigga that reflects their daddy. You know
Right.
why? Because that's who she been reflecting the whole time.
Right.
Next thing you know, she come home with a young version of you.
Right.
The nigga you didn't want her to find.
Right.
Be like, Daddy, here he is. This is Roscoe. You'd be like,
Roscoe.
I know what kind of nigga this is.
The unevolved version of you.
And so I'm saying women do the same thing in reverse. Do you want your daughter to be a thot?
No.
If you were a thot, because we talked about the thot window.
Okay.
There's a window where women hoe out a little bit.
Yeah.
Right?
I think, yeah.
So my question now is, do you want your daughter to repeat any of that? Oh, this is good.
I'm here, man. Okay. Listen to me now. I'm playing. Hi, guys. Happy Friday. I'm here. No, I think, honestly, there is a way to educate your daughters so they are not ashamed of what naturally is supposed to happen.
Right.
Women should naturally want to have sex. That's what our bodies were meant to do. So I don't think I'm really tired of women being slut shamed. Is that the word? That's the Amber Rose thing, right? I feel like it's not fair. This is not fair. And I think that you can still be educated, you can still be smart, you can still be a boss, you can still be respected and be a sexual creature or a being, because that's really what it is. Go ahead. What you got? Go ahead.
On.
Oh, I got you.
Because that's true. We have to make distinctions here.
Okay.
We have to make distinctions.
Lego.
Sexual freedom and hoeing.
Oh, yeah.
It's two different things.
They are two different things. I mean,
I'm an advocate of a woman's sexual freedom.
Yeah.
Strap up. Let niggas fuck the Kool-Aid right about you.
Whatever.
Have some decorum.
Cool.
Motherfuckers don't have to know about it. Don't put it out in the street.
Right.
That's sexual freedom. Doing what the fuck you want. Being honest.
Yes.
Giving a nigga a tip. Good job, my nigga.
Get out. This is my house.
Get up out of here, buddy.
You got to go.
So that's cool. What ain't cool?
Yeah, define your definition of hoeing, sir.
See, because this is the name of today's topic. I wanted to get to it. The name of today's topic is passive-aggressive prostitution.
Ooh.
Meaning, I'm not a technical hoe, but you ain't getting this pussy unless you do certain things. And this society has created this kind of woman.
1,000%.
That's what I'm talking
like
about.
1,000,000,000%. And if Nicki Minaj is sitting here saying that she is part of that, then yeah, we gonna give her that. Like, go ahead, because that's all they're preaching is, if he fly me out, it's a wrap. You know?
You understand?
That, like, and like, to me, I'm sorry, but y'all don't have enough money for this pussy, so let's just be real. But listen, I'm just gonna be 1,000%. You know, the Millionaires is back. You feel me? So I'll smash a broke one if I want to, because I don't need your money, my guy. I'm good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I would like some of that dick, you know, when I want to. But guess what? This is my house. This is what I do. Bye. Get out when I need you to get out or whatever. And if that, you know, that to me.
And so that goes back to my point. That goes back to my point about how do we raise virtuous women? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A virtuous woman. Now you understand that the double standards. There's double standards off tops. A man is going to look at, like for instance, first off, the double standard is men get to hoe, women don't.
Right.
That's number one.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
The next thing that is a problem is I control, like for instance, we talked about this earlier. I'm trying to catch Whitney up. We talked about this earlier. There are some men who contradictorily will push a woman who doesn't have sexual experience away.
Right.
I ain't got time to be teaching you how to fuck and suck. Like, you should know this.
What?
But I'm saying, if you men call in right now,
Please call in if
would
you
would you prefer
Oh, okay.
that 7-Up pussy that open up like that brand new pussy? Did you hear the rapper?
Oh my gosh.
You want the 7-Up pussy?
If that shit say when it open up, she need a shot.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
he just knows.
The pussy with the airlock seal still on it.
Got it. The little the
Yeah,
cling, the brand new.
The brand new, the seal ain't even
He got to
broke,
work for it.
right?
Come on.
Or do you want a seasoned woman? A lot of men prefer the seasoned woman.
Busting it open.
But then at the same time, contradictorily, will judge her. You
Right.
old hoe ass bitch.
Right.
Here's the truth. I think the real truth is the less numbers a woman has, the longer she typically makes a man wait to get it. And men don't want to wait. So there's this sweet spot to like, oh, I want an experienced woman because she's more likely to let me get it quicker than the woman who's going to hold it. Like my homeboy literally told me, he's like, I don't want a girl who says she wants to be absent, and I don't want a virgin because she's going to make me wait a little longer than I'm willing to wait. He's like, but I also don't want her to have hella numbers either because then it's just wide
But
open.
I wouldn't
but there's
say,
a sweet spot in there.
But I wouldn't say that's an absolute.
I wouldn't
Because
either.
I know for a fact there are a lot of men that just simply don't respect loose women.
Right. Yeah, for sure. I agree.
I agree.
So it's weird because you got a faction of them that go, I'll fuck her.
But that's fucking.
that's
that
about
ain't
it.
taking to see
But
the
see-
mama.
And
that
this-
ain't
now
doing
watch
no
this.
real shit. Bitch, you good enough to suck
Exactly.
and fuck.
Right. Now watch this. This goes back to what Cool Mo D said. He said there are a lot of men out there that will fuck with you, but they won't. That will fuck you, but they won't fuck with you.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Exactly.
Because you not fuck with a bow.
So again, this is different than the sexually free.
Got it.
This is different than that.
Yes.
This is women taking advantage of the fact that they got pussy. Let me tell you something. I done told people this before. Don't be pretty with body. Pretty with body.
It's a hard time.
Dangerous.
That right there is currency for women.
Oh yeah.
Because niggas know off top, I got to pay something.
They gotta come real
I got
correct.
to
she
come
have
with
many
something.
options.
Oh,
Options.
Men know.
Options.
Men, oh shit.
Oh,
See, this is what men do too. Some men will be like, okay, I can already tell this. I'm gonna have to do a lot. Fuck her. I'm gonna go over here.
Right. It's
Yeah.
too
and
much
fuck
for
with-
him.
And fuck with Fufu. Cause
Would
Fufu
love
want
you
this
forever.
dick and she gonna make grits in the morning. But this one right here,
Yeah.
this is why Fufu be fucking some of y'all men.
That's why you see all them ugly chicks with some fine ass dudes out there.
Hey.
Well,
I
that's
see
one
it
reason.
all day, and they used to come in the barber shop. These niggas would bring different bitches in like clockwork because they want to show off them pretty bitches. Zoe's talking about them women that are pretty with body that's got mileage. They bringing them to the barber shop on Saturday morning.
Whitney,
Yo, yes.
you weren't here
Okay. Yes.
when these three niggas
Was wildin'?
these three niggas wild.
Hey.
They wild all the way out.
Destiny's Child Unleashed.
They just broke it. Can you pay my bills?
Okay.
They went all the way there.
Yeah.
Because they revealed something that I'm appreciative of them for doing. They revealed the fact that they've received over their lifetime millions of dollars.
Oh, that one right there. I'm not at
Mimi's out here?
No,
Lit.
you in it too, because you
Oh,
claim
Tiff.
you claim
I said I'm not at
250.
millions individually,
But
okay?
it don't
As
matter.
a combined collaborative.
$250K.
It
Okay,
don't
first
matter.
and foremost, we didn't just tell it on our own. Zoe specifically asked us to calculate this number. How
Over
much
years.
over our lifetime
But
we think men have given us.
So let's
Got it.
come back to the point.
Okay.
Collectively, y'all over millions.
Okay. I definitely, yes.
And all I'm saying is that is a built-in currency in a transactional society.
Yes.
Pretty with body equals gifts, equals performances, A nigga gonna tap dance. He gonna rent a car. He gonna rent the Lamborghini.
Take me to Boa.
He gonna take you to Boa. He gonna spend $400 on the meal.
Yeah.
He gonna front all the way to the doorstep of that pussy.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That creates transactional women in society. Yes or no?
Yeah. But, you feel me? I don't think that I should be penalized because
For
the
playing the
Lord,
game?
because the Lord's blessed me with whatever He blessed me with. Not to mention, I'm sorry, fellas, but you guys have easier ways to get into jobs. Y'all get paid triple times what we still get paid. This, that, and the third, and it costs
No, we
way.
don't.
Yes, sir. You want to?
we don't.
It costs 7,000 times more money to be a woman than it does a man. Y'all
Give
put
up
on
the
a
weaves and the makeup. You'll be good.
but and I'm also gonna be sitting on the curb next to Fufu with no nothing. Now how about that?
Listen,
So y'all,
Whitney, you're a naturally pretty girl. You don't need it.
okay, but I'm just saying. But
Right.
the fives and the sixes. You know what I'm saying? Like. Literally, for a female to upkeep all of the things that she needs to upkeep and what's the society that men have built. Let's go, Zoe. The society that men have built says that if you don't look like Beyonce, you don't have this. Trust me, when I pull up with my natural hair and this, that, and the third, I will not
Whitney,
get
stop.
looked at.
You can't
I
use
swear.
yourself.
I'm
Stop.
gonna
Yes, you
Whitney,
will.
there's a
You
bench
are
over here.
gorgeous.
I want you to come over here and
Am
lay
I getting
down.
benched right
Whitney
now?
over here bullshitting.
I'm just saying.
So let me just say this. You're off on the numbers.
Okay.
Especially the African American community.
Okay. Come on, fill me in.
African American community, women make more money than men.
Because we smarter than y'all. I'm sorry.
No, it's just you have to factor in all the
Okay.
mitigating factors.
Okay, but then
You got 50% incarceration rate.
got it.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, our
Women are
numbers
making more. Sisters are making more money. Period. Than men.
But I'm saying as far as men as a whole.
You
But
can't
are we
throw-
only?
you
We're not
can't
doing
throw
that.
in whitey locks.
Okay, you know I'm half white. I gotta represent for my Caucasians. You know, Caucasian nation. I gotta.
Right.
You know I gotta add that. But I really feel like y'all built it, and men love to trip.
We acknowledge that.
Did we top?
We acknowledged that before you got here.
Did we get it?
What did I say?
We
What
talked
did I
about
say?
that.
I said I don't blame women.
Okay.
Because men built this society the way it is, because part of manhood is about provision.
Yes.
Right.
So if I can provide for you, if I can give you some shit, my nuts seem bigger.
Yeah.
My nuts seem heavier.
I bought her a Birkin. What you? Oh, you only bought her a Gucci bag?
So
Like I've heard this.
Right. So it was Dr. John Gray,
Okay.
author of Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, who said is women. I need you to put in this light bulb. All right, I got it. Put it in. Oh, baby.
Dating since my divorce, right? And during that time frame when I was divorced, he was a little nigga. Okay, I give little niggas chances. He was 5'8", love him still, whatever. But I can change a tire myself. I can do a lot of. My dad made sure that I could do a lot of things. So
Right.
I really didn't need him for much. But I read that book and was like, okay. Let me make him feel like
Like a
he's,
man.
you know what I'm saying? So can you like hang this curtain for me? Even though I'm like, oh my gosh, he hung it crooked. I'm sitting there like, oh my goodness. But it is a thing. I don't know if I'm sure you guys, touched on this. Look at the way, like I have a hard time dating in Hollywood because men love to complain about a gold digging, this, that, and the third. But when I come with, I got my own office. I got my own car. It's paid off. I got my own this, that, and the third. I'm good. I just want to appreciate you and help you and let's link and build.
Oh,
they don't
no.
want that. They want the
No.
girl who they want to play Captain Save-A-Ho.
But
This generation loves saving them.
But you're speaking of another double standard.
Okay, come on.
Now, men do have a double standard. They want to give, they want to provide, they want to make sure that their woman has. But I'm saying that is superficiality at its highest level. You will see people break manhood down into two categories:
What?
protection and provision.
Okay.
Nigga, this ain't the Stone Age.
Right.
Right.
Baby, go in the room and get your club. Somebody's outside. This ain't the Stone Age. Times are changing. And the most difficult thing that changes with time are ideas and beliefs. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So again, the concept that women need men to provide for them, changing.
Yeah.
Gone.
Radically.
That
Crazy.
shit's gone.
Yeah.
Right.
It's changing radically. So now women can say, excuse me, nigga, your Uber is downstairs.
Bye.
Yeah, I called you a Uber, nigga.
A woman can say that today.
Yeah.
And I do.
Your Uber's downstairs, my nigga.
I've done.
Right.
Your bedtime is here.
Right.
Goodbye bye now.
Because this Game of Thrones episode is about to come on, my
Right.
nigga.
Bye,
Your Uber's
boy.
downstairs. I
Right.
need you to bounce. Now, a woman, and I'm not saying that women can kick a man's ass,
No.
but women are taking martial arts. Women are in MMA.
Women got concealed weapons.
Women got concealed weapons. Women are in the military at high levels. I'm not saying that women can kick a man's ass. What I'm saying is men have to change the two basic tenets of men. So if we got to change what it means to be a man,
Yes.
women have to change
Yes.
what it means to be women.
Right.
So at the end of the day, you're seeing some of those changes, but they're causing conflict.
Yes.
Sexual freedom should not be mixed up with being a slut.
Okay.
See, Amber Rose is personifying the slut.
Right.
But now you have to ask the question, do I want to be a slut? As an independent, free woman, yes, I have sex with who I want to have sex, but it's my business.
Yeah.
It's my
Right.
discretion.
Right.
I don't have to put my pussy on the boulevard just to bring attention to licentiousness. Can we be clear on that part?
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually agree with this because I tell you this all the time. So I was like, I feel like I'm a professional. You tell me this all the time. People see you as a professional, but I'm like, I also have a sexuality. But I also am not out here like thirst trapping on the gram, right? Because I'm like, at the end of the day, I am a professional. Like, yeah, if I want to post me in a bikini because I happen to fucking wear bikinis when I go on vacation, cool. But I'm not like consistently selling my snatch on the gram. There's like a balance there. Yeah, I am sexually free, but I'm not like a thirst trapping hoe. And there is a difference. But it's in this society, in that conflict, it's hard as fuck. Because, yeah, I'm a professional and I have a master's degree and I really handle my fucking business. But sometimes I like to put on a cat suit and shake my ass in the club.
And when they film it,
And then it goes viral. Then Papa Zoe get to call your ass on
they
the phone.
send me the video and be like, is this your girl?
This is your girl.
This motherfucker you said we should be listening to?
Hilarious.
Twerking in the video.
But my thing is, I don't think that I personally am gonna say that I don't think that there's anything wrong with you doing that. I feel like that no one should ever have the power to tell me or call me out of my name because of something that I chose to do.
Well, I would say it's not right.
Got it.
But if Tiffany is going to play the game, she can't allow that to happen.
Yeah, and
Because
it
what happens is they will discredit Tiffany.
Everything.
Because of the image, because American culture thinks in black and white. So they can't reconcile the fact that she's a therapist and she clapping her ass at the comedy spot.
Right.
So it's are we in agreement that it's 2018? So a woman still can't do exactly what she wants to do, be smart, educated, and
But here's the thing:
Because-
women in America are starting to act like men.
Oh yeah. Big
Not
time.
everything is supposed to be conquered. You can't apply that logic to men and say, hey, motherfucker, stop conquering shit.
Yeah.
How many buffaloes you gonna eat, nigga? Stop. Okay? We got a big ass plastic island in the center of the motherfucking Pacific Ocean because you keep making shit.
Yeah.
Women have to apply that same thing.
I
Stop
believe that.
running through barriers as if they're supposed to be knocked down all the time.
I get that.
You see what I'm saying? You get your sexual freedom,
Got it.
Right.
but to frame it as hoedom,
Is a little bit much.
that's okay. Then you want to turn into a conservative when you have a daughter.
So I agree. I feel like there are ways that you can go about it. Like you will see, I'll drop it's Friday. Okay, I'll drop me a bikini pic or this and the third. But I wanted to take myself more seriously, and I wanted a little bit more respect.
Exactly.
Like even the Me Too movement, I think that women have to take a little bit more of accountability when it comes to the way that people treat you. You have to teach people how to respect you, especially when you're leveling up. So yes, you can catch Miss Tiff with her hella educated ass twerking at wherever she wants to twerk. But guess what? The second that you touch it or do anything extra, she's going to check you. I think that if we teach our daughters those things and stop glorifying hoedom, because this is crazy. Like little girls are literally growing up thinking that I don't have to learn about anything because I can just go work at a strip club for about 10 minutes and turn into Cardi B and I'm going to be a multimillionaire. And it's no, and it's really not. Like I personally am not going to do that, but I also, shamed for just being big-breasted.
Don't even say it, girl, my whole life.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've been listening to The Voice of Reason. We're at the end of the show. This was an amazing show.
We got to do a part 2.
I think we must.
We must.
Passive-aggressive prostitution.
Oh, because it goes down.
Next part to this is about gift acceptance.
That's where the hoe comes in.
Damn.
That's where the hoe comes in. Passive-aggressive prostitution on Monday's Voice of Reason. We're going to talk about the integrity to say no.
Oh, I might be able to come actually because we finished with my girls make beats. They are all graduating. They're actually
congratulations.
I might
girls.
be able to come through. They graduate tomorrow, so I'm excited.
All right, so listen, we got to go. Today's show was great. We'll be tuning in Monday, 5 to 7 p.m. on